Royal shocker. Princess Leonor leaves Spain for love. Christian waited in Denmark. The palace doors always seemed unshakable. Duty, tradition, unbreakable. But tonight, everything changed. A royal heir walked away from Spain. Not for duty, not for crown, for love. And waiting, across the sea in Denmark, was Christian. Patient, hopeful, and finally, not waiting anymore. Princess Leonor's decision has shaken the royal world to its core. What does it mean when the heir to Spain leaves behind centuries of expectation? What happens when love becomes stronger than the throne? Tonight, we unravel the shock, the whispers, the heartbreak, and the breathtaking reality behind the choice that has stunned Europe. From the very first moment, the image of Leonor stepping into the car bound for the Madrid airport burned into the public mind. Cameras caught it. The silence of her parents spoke volumes. Queen Letizia, holding her composure, yet her eyes told a story of loss and pride mixed in equal measure. King Felipe, silent, a man torn between his role as father and as monarch. Spain stood still, watching their future queen walk away, not out of duty, but into love's uncertain embrace. But why Denmark? Why Christian? The answer lies not in politics, but in quiet meetings, secret smiles, and hidden moments that grew louder than royal rules. For years, whispers linked Leonor to the Danish prince. At first, dismissed as gossip. But as the two young royals found themselves side by side at state events, their connection became undeniable. A glance during a formal dinner. A soft laugh exchanged between speeches. The signs were always there, if only the world had looked closer. And so the chain of curiosity begins. Did Spain know? Did Denmark prepare? What happens when two great houses intertwine, not through treaties and wars, but through hearts that defy calculation? The body of this story unfolds like a tapestry of contradictions. Leonor's upbringing was built on the weight of history, trained to be queen, raised to put her country above self. Yet love has always been the untamed force royals cannot fully control. We saw it in Edward VIII, who gave up the British crown for Wallis Simpson. We saw it in Princess Martha Louise of Norway, who stepped away from royal duties for love. And now, Spain faces its own reckoning. But is this truly a farewell to the Spanish throne? Or is it something else entirely, a pause, a daring gamble, a love story that might yet reshape the monarchy in ways no one anticipated? As Leonor arrived in Copenhagen, the reception was electric. Crowds gathered not just for ceremony, but for something far more human, the triumph of love over title. Christian waited at the palace gates. Not as a prince, not as a future king, but as a man who had waited years for this moment. Their embrace, caught on film, was more than romance. It was revolution. And yet, beneath the beauty, the cracks begin to show. Spain is uneasy. Parliament debates the constitutional implications. Can an heir walk away and return? Can love coexist with duty? Denmark too faces questions. Will Christian's choice divide or unite? Will the Danes accept a Spanish queen beside their prince? Layer by layer, the drama deepens. Each answer only births more questions. Each moment of clarity pulls us deeper into the storm of uncertainty. Royal families are built on image, but tonight, image gave way to reality. Reality of a young woman who chose her heart. Reality of parents forced to let go. Reality of two nations now bound by a love story the world will not soon forget. This is not just about a wedding to come, or an engagement to be announced. It is about history unfolding in real time. And as with all history, it is messy, painful, breathtaking, and unstoppable. Imagine the conversations in Madrid's Zarzuela Palace tonight. Imagine the whispers in Amalienborg's gilded halls. Imagine the weight of centuries being pushed aside by two young royals daring to live their truth. This is not the end of Spain's monarchy, nor the beginning of Denmark's. It is something new, something in between. A shared story, a shared burden, a shared love. For the next 45 minutes, we will walk you through the hidden backstory, the emotional fallout, the international implications, and the private joys that shaped this royal shocker. We will revisit Leonor's path to this choice, Christian's silent patience, the traditions now broken, and the future forever rewritten. Because this is not just a love story. It is a love story written in defiance of crowns, nations, and centuries of expectation. Princess Leonor leaves Spain, for love. Christian waits in Denmark, no longer waiting. And the world is left stunned, holding its breath for what comes next. This is their story, and you are now part of it.